When he said, "It should be starting up now," that all too familiar circular symbol of a rotating arrow appeared in the void before her. Then, the space before her slowly lit up and exposed some sort of forest. "Turn your head to the side," E said, and when A followed his command, she saw further trees and a shimmering river to her right. She wasn't quite sure if what she was seeing was real, but too perplexed to really think about this perfect illusion. "You can even walk," he said, and A felt Dee's leather glove grasping for her hand and guiding her forward. The trees disappeared to her sides as she walked onto a meadow. "Why don't you lie down?" She heard Dee's soft voice in her ear. But when she tried to lie down on the grass, on the ground below her, the surface was soft and reminded her of pillows and sheets instead. All right. We should start filming now. We only have this place for another half hour, E said. And suddenly the meadow disappeared. Instead, A stared into Dee's comforting eyes, who took over the headset and handed it to E, who began to attach a camera to it. So we're shooting a POV, point of view. Obviously, with this sort of medium, could you start to undress now, please? Dee gave her another encouraging nod, and A pulled up her skirt. But when she slipped out of her shirt, she noticed that C had begun to undress as well. Before she could say anything else, she heard E say, "So, did you take that pill? Is it kicking in yet? Remember, you mustn't come before I tell you to. But you won't see her directly anyways. The camera will be mounted right in front of your eyes. Maybe that helps, you know." E placed the silver helmet onto C's head, who gave her a wink before his eyes disappeared behind the headset. "It's gonna be alright, baby. You'll do it for B. He'll understand. He'd be thanking you." And as Z said, "I won't even see you. It's just this virtual reality stuff. I mean, it'll be almost like we're not really fucking at all, and it's a lot of cash in a few minutes of filming, I mean." A suddenly felt very naked, kneeling before C on her knees in her bra and panties. But when she tried to get up, she felt the soft but firm hand of D on her shoulder, who pushed her down again and said, "You'll be our little star today. You're going to be beautiful, baby." She opened her bra, and when she let go, A sank back into the cushions. "All right, are we ready?" E asked. He stared down at his touchscreen that now displayed what the camera on C's head recorded. "Get into bed with her," he commanded, and D took off A's panties and said one last time, "You'll be beautiful, baby. Be beautiful for us." She spread her legs with a firm move of her leather-covered fingers, and then bowed forward to kiss A on the cheek. Then she pulled down C's boxer shorts and left the bed, as E said, "Well, we can't have you wearing a condom for this video, obviously. I hope you've been tested?" Still staring at his touchscreen, A pressed her eyes shut and tried to think of B. In her head, she repeated over and over again, "I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for you. After this, our problems will go away and we can go back to the way things were. I'm doing this for us. All right, see? E said, and showed the touchscreen to D, who was now standing at the foot end of the bed as well. Everything you see, we see. I'll put a rendering of it on the screen in your headset, so that you're not completely blind. So, make it pretty, please. When A opened her eyes again, she stared right into the big dark lens of the camera that was sticking into her face. Try to have her boobs in the shots at all times, E said. And C moved his head back a little. Still somewhat clumsy and unaccustomed to the unusual headgear. A instinctively tried to close her legs again, but her thighs just touched C's, who had already kneeled down in between her knees. She saw him guiding himself into her, and when he pressed her eyelids shut, she heard him whisper, "Moan for the camera, baby, like we practiced for the last shoot." He began to move inside her, and A felt his heavy breath on her naked skin. She tried to think of B, and reluctantly moved her left hand down to stimulate herself. When she opened her eyes again, she saw her reflection in the cold, shimmering lens of the camera, and so she blew herself a kiss, licked her full red lips, and cried out, "Yeah, just like that. Don't stop."